What if you could build a business that gives you the life of freedom you deserve? What if you could find the secrets to marketing, leadership, customer service, and other aspects of business that help you exceed your goals? What if you could walk away from your business for 30 days and it never misses a beat? That's what this podcast is for, to help business leaders like you find freedom from the day-to-day grind and start spending your time doing the things you love. I'm Levi McClendon, and my co-host is Josh Taylor, and this is the Cheers to Freedom podcast.
Hey, welcome to the Cheers to Freedom podcast. I am Josh Taylor, and I am with my host, Levi McClendon. Levi, we're just coming off the Southwest show. How are you feeling?
Tired.
Yeah? It's been a whirlwind.
Oh, man, it was a long week. We were there for the N1 supplier group sessions from Monday. So we got there Monday. We had like a reception on Monday. And every night it's awesome, but it's a lot of networking. It's a lot of going out. It's
you're worn out by the time the show starts.
I know. So we did Monday night with them, Tuesday all day long. We do like these, we call them speed dating. It's speed networking. It's pretty cool with those guys. Pretty cool group. If you haven't heard about it, it's the N1 buying group. Might want to check them out. But anyway, we're part of that. So that was really cool. And then, the show, Wednesday and Thursday, and then Billy Bob's on Thursday night, which is super fun. So we just had a great time, Josh. And I think for me, now that it's been a few times that we've done this, it's just so good to engage and reconnect with both our customers as well as our team. We're remote, right? So we kind of all work all over the country. And so we had 8 of us there, so not quite the whole team, but it's super fun just to hang out and see everybody and be able to go out to dinner and have a good time. It was a great show. It was a really good show.
They really are a lot of fun, and just getting to connect with our customers is worth it for me because you put a lot of faces to names, and people that you haven't met in person before, people that you connect with every show, and you just it's like a family reunion at our booth. It's a lot of fun. Not only that, but then obviously connecting with our team too. And here's what I want to talk about today, because this is a tool that we've had available for a while, but we don't talk about it a whole lot. But you and I, and really our team, have been reading a book that I'll let you talk about in just a minute. But it talks about this idea of lag measures and lead measures. And we have a tool that actually helps our customers every single day be proactive in the conversions of their memberships and really their revenue and their profits. So talk a little bit about the tool that we have. Just mention what it is really quickly, and then talk about this book that you've had us read and what these lead measures and lag measures are all about.
Yeah, absolutely. First, I want to give a shout out to Greg with Aquasonic. Had a meeting with those guys, and he turned me on to this book. It's called The 4 Disciplines of Execution. And he was talking about this book, and of course, Jeremy and I downloaded it, and I read it, and man, what a powerful book. So if you haven't read it, again, it's on our book list, 4 Disciplines of Execution. And one of the things, Josh, that really caught my attention were lead measures, like you said, versus lag measures. And so many times, so many companies look at lag measures. A lag measure is a measurement that you look at that is honestly too late to change, right? It's what most people focus on. It's, hey, these are our numbers. These are membership numbers, and this is what happened this month. Or, this is our revenue, and this is what happened this month. But sometimes it's difficult to get to what's called a lead measure, which honestly, a lead measure is what somebody should be focused on, which actually affect the lag measure. So you need to figure out, hey, what are those lead measures, right? What are the things that are going to affect our bottom line? What are things that are going to affect our memberships? And so I was like, ooh, this is really good. Like, we have tools that help customers with their lead measures. And if they would focus on these more, I think it's going to, obviously, it's a direct effect to the memberships. And so one thing that we have in place that we haven't talked a whole lot about are our sales KPI stats. And basically, Josh, it's a text message that goes out to our customers that actually takes the information from the point of sale system. And right now we're going to focus on DRB. I know some of you that are not DRB right now don't like to hear that, but check this out. There are other point of sale systems that probably do something very similarly, and you guys really need to dig into it, in my opinion, and find out where you can get this data. I know Sonny's does something very similar, and so you guys need to be checking this and making sure that your site managers, regional managers, the owners really have an idea during the middle of the day of what's happening at the car wash.
Yeah.
So we
Well,
have a tool to
and let
help
me
that.
interrupt you for just a second, because I don't want people to check out just because DRB. So if you're not DRB, don't check out, because Levi, tell us the difference between, I think most of our listeners probably know, but tell us the difference between a lag measure and a lead measure. And then let's get into this tool that helps us with those lead measures. But with the 4 disciplines of execution, he really talks about, focusing on those lead measures, but we tend to focus on the lag measures instead.
Well, yeah, lead measure, like we were talking about a second ago, are things that are going to, affect the lag measure. So a couple of those things that we come to our mind, of course, at OpSpot, are opt-ins, right, to your different funnels. We're really big on helping you build your database, build your marketing funnels, and so all of your on-site marketing, your off-site marketing, your online marketing, these funnels, these are your sales funnels, these are your marketing funnels that you're building. Super, super important. And then when you look at your conversions, when you start drilling down and saying, man, I know if we got 1,000 people into this funnel and 100 500 of those people redeemed a coupon and 100 of those people became a member and so on, then you know that your focus becomes on getting people into those funnels. And all of a sudden you turn around and say, crap, we've talked about the value of a mobile number on our podcast before, right? So if you missed that episode, go back and watch it. But man, if you know now that the value of a mobile phone number is $25 and you're like, that's our focus, guess what? Instead of rewarding your employees for doing a good job, doing a good job at the car wash, you want them to do a good job. But what about every time that somebody's coming in, you are asking them to join the text club or the loyalty club, and that's what you're measuring, because we know statistically that by putting people into those campaigns, they're going to eventually convert. You want them in your database and not your competition. So we feel like some of the lead measures are definitely your text club. Number 2 would be your reviews, right? I again, we harp on this too. Very important to get people giving you more reviews and more positive reviews. Of course, we have a tool for that too, but if you don't use ours, I don't care. You just need to make sure that you are being proactive, and even handing out a QR code people can scan, or having a sign up at your wash that, hey, give us a review and get this, or whatever that looks like. There's a lot of different ways to be proactive, because again, those are lead measures. Get people into those different areas, and that will affect your bottom line. And then the thing that I just mentioned, the KPI stats, I want to go more into details on, but knowing ahead of time what your opportunities are, right? How many cars have come through your wash that are an opportunity? And if you know during the middle of the day that you've had X amount of opportunity and you've only converted, a very small percentage, what if you could get an alert to your site manager? What if you can get an alert to yourself 2, 3, 4 times a day based off of your opportunity threshold or your enrollment ratio threshold? And that's what we're doing. So I want to show you guys what this looks like today.
Now, while you get that up, what this is really cool, and a way to use this tool is you set benchmarks, you set goals every day, and say, if we can get this many people to opt into our text club, well, you can log into your OpSpot and account and keep up with that. But who has time to sit in their office and just go and log into that and keep up with how many opt-ins are we going to have, by the end of the day? So by the time you check it, the day is over, and now it's a lag measure. You can't do anything about it. But if you're being alerted every day, and if you're falling behind or if you're ahead, you're going to hit that goal every single day. The same with membership conversions, and all of these different things that you're going to show us that the KPI stats will give to site managers, so that they can know, am I falling behind? And they don't know if they fell behind by the end of the day. They know all day long where they are, so that they can speed it up, or they know that, hey, we're going to hit our goal today.
Yeah, and some of I've talked to some customers about this, Josh, and they do have StatWatch for DRB and some of these other things, but honestly, those are reactive more than they are proactive.
Right.
And I think that, you can go check your app, you can go log in and look at it, but who has time to sit there and go in and look at it? And do you really trust your site managers or your on-site managers to be checking, hey, I'm going to go check every 2 hours and see how many opportunities we had and how many we actually sold? Now, when you're running contests and stuff, they're going to be probably a little bit more proactive. But
Yeah.
but to actually have a text go out to them based off of these thresholds is very proactive. It keeps them on track. It keeps you on track, and it keeps everybody, in the know. And there's no hiding, right? It's
Right.
not like you're trying to babysit, but let's face it, you kind of sometimes have to. And you have to be on these guys and say, hey, if we're really trying to convert on site, now, not all of you listening are trying to convert on site. And I have a couple different scenarios that I can show you. I think I'm only going to show you one today. But man, I've been watching some of these, and I've got guys with a 8 to 10% capture rate, which is the amount of people you're actually converting based off your opportunities. And then I'll get customers, Josh, that literally have less than 1% of people that are coming to their wash. They're actually converting over to a member. And I'll tell you, I've got some ideas for you. We'll probably get into here in a minute. Let's go through these stats. I want to show you guys, the viewers here, what you can do with our system and how you can set this up. So if you can, I'm going to share my screen here. So and then I'll get into a couple ideas for you guys. But first of all, I'm using, this is one of our customers, Dad's Car Washes. And so you can see here, they actually have access to this. We don't give this to everybody, but when you sign up for KPI Stats, you get access to this. You can set your notification schedule here to go out multiple times a day, as you can see, from 10 to 9 p.m. You set the end of the day here. So at the end of the day, a text message is also sent at the end of the day. So you can see here they have this one set at 12 and 7. If you scroll down here, you're going to see the opportunities threshold. So this is great because let's say that it's raining one day, right? And you don't have any opportunities, then there's no reason to send a text. This is really for those who have the opportunities that aren't meeting the requirement or what's expected during the middle of that day. And same thing with the enrollment ratio, very similar. So you can see here that Dad's has several people on this. You can see their title, site manager, operations, site manager, and so on. And then it gives, you can see here like Justin, one of the partners, he actually has access to all 5 sites versus a site manager has access to just one site. So what's nice about the way we built this is you can give different permissions with different reports to different employees throughout your company. So if I were to add somebody, I'm gonna show you how easy this is. We go to add an employee, and I'm going to actually add myself, and I'm just going to say owner, Justin. I'm now, I guess I'll be partners with you. There we go. So I'm a partner. I would put my number in there. I'm not going to do that. You put the person's cell phone number in there. You set your opportunity threshold. So let's just say it's 10, and our enrollment ratio, let's just say, is 5. And then what I can do over here is configuring our site. Now, since I'm a partner, I would check every site. Okay, I would come into here and hit them all because I want to know them all. Now, if I were a site manager and you said, I only want to give a site manager Canton only, then I would check that box and they're only going to get the information about Canton. Then I would come down here and now I can choose what I want to send them in that text message. Do I want to send them, redeemed? Probably. I want to know how many redeems. Redemptions are not coupon redemptions. They're membership redemptions. So anyone that's an unlimited member gets put down as a redeemed, and that's a site watch. That's a DRB thing. And then opportunity, of course, are those who you had an opportunity to sell. So anyone that didn't have a discount code, free wash, whatever that looks like, and then your house counts, and then how many you actually sold. You don't need to put like your revenue. You definitely want your cap rate because that's what a lot of people measure off. And we have some customers that do just the enrollment ratio, right? So you had how many sales did you have out of how many cars? So if you had 20 cars in, how many did you sell? Where's your enrollment ratio? And you can set again, that would be this enrollment ratio threshold there. So once you do that, you simply hit save. You hit update recipient, super easy. And now this person, being me, is going to get those texts. And those texts look like this. Now, this is a real customer, but I blocked, and this is not Dad's. So Dad's, don't worry, these are not your numbers. We don't want to disclose anyone's numbers online here. But I have blurred out the company for this particular set of numbers here. So nobody knows who this is, but these are pretty dang good numbers. So it's kind of good to look at, in my opinion. You can see here that this person had 748 washes. They had 613 people redeem, which is a high number of memberships. They had 135 opportunities and they sold 13. So they have their cap rate here at 9.63, which I think is very good. When we compare a lot of our other customers, 9.63 is right toward the top. So great job to this car wash. You have their wash pace, sales pace, revenue pace, enrollment. Again, this report here, this text message would go to an owner or partner. I wouldn't be sending this, of course, to just site managers, or whatnot. So you would clean this up a little bit, and again, just send them what's important. But for you on a daily basis to be getting, if you're the owner or partner and you're getting this text message throughout the day, then you're able to really kind of see where each of your locations. So this is one location. Here's another location. You can look at 889 washes, 790 redeemed, 99 opportunities. They sold 13. So they had a 13% capture rate. Wow. That's awesome. I guarantee you this wash has CSAs that are talking to every person that is coming through the wash. And then you can see here on another location, 908 washes, 733 redeemed, 175 opportunities, sold 25. And so their capture rate's over, I think it's 14% is what that says right there. Yeah, 14%. And then you can see their enrollment ratio, right? 1 out of every car's sold ratio, 1 out of every 7. So you have your enrollment of 15%. So this is really good numbers, Josh. And if you're sitting there on site and you get this text message and you look at this and you're down, if your goals are 8, 9, 10%, and obviously if you're only at 3 or 4%, you're going to be like, okay, I need a kick in the pants. Hey guys, especially for the site manager, let's go to our CSAs and make sure that we are offering the Unlimited Club or the Wash membership to customers that are coming through the Wash. Any questions on that?
No, I mean, this to me is exactly what, I mean, we were sitting at lunch with one of the owners of a car wash that we work with, and it was a cloudy day. There was no rain or anything like that. It was just a cloudy day, and it ended up being a slow day at his wash. And he gets these and he looks at it and he's like, man, we're not doing a whole lot today. And I was like, well, why don't you send out a text that gives a, for the next 2 hours, all washes are $5 off or something like that, to get some traffic into your wash today so that you can reach your, get closer to your numbers. He probably didn't reach his goal because it was such a slow day, but it gets people in. And when you're sitting there at lunch and you get this text, it's like, okay, I can jump on or get a site manager or somebody to just set up a text and, get people into the wash over the next couple of hours. But knowing, that's why they're lead measures. And that's why we need to focus on those lead measures, is because those are the numbers that you can control. Because lag measures, what's done is done. To check these at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do to change those numbers. But you check them all day long and you're getting those notifications there, you can have a positive effect on these numbers, and it's a game changer.
Yeah, absolutely. And Josh, I just want to touch base on a couple things, because we get a lot of questions like, hey, should we sell at the pay station? Should we sell on site? And I absolutely think you're doing your customers a disservice if you're not talking about your membership program. I don't like the salesy, like in your face, strong arm, type of sales. That's just me personally. I think a lot of people probably agree with that. But I think to mention, and here's a little suggestion that I have, especially for people that are actually customers of OpSpot, is what I would do is have, a bunch of cards. Business cards are super cheap, right? You can get thousands of business cards very, very inexpensively. And I would have those at the stations, and I would tell my CSAs, I said, listen, here's your pitch. You're going to, whatever, if you're doing a special or offer something, go for it. But ultimately you're going to say, hey, are you aware of our membership club where you can wash as much as you want for one low monthly price, right? That may be a very simple pitch, but at least you've asked them a question. They know that they can do it. Let's say they say no. If they say yes, boom, golden. But you need to be saying it to everybody, number one. Number two, if they don't want it, then it could be their first time to your car wash. It could be that, they're new to the area or whatever, and they want to kind of explore it. There may be other car washes in your area. So what are you doing? Again, let's go back to this lead measure to get people into your text club. Well, I think that's a prime opportunity for you to say, hey, no problem at all. Let me give you this card. This is worth a free $25 car wash for your next visit. All you got to do is scan this code, right? Scan this on your phone or text in this keyword. And now they're like, hey, great, cool. It's the first time I came to this wash. I just get in a car wash. We'll check it out. I get another $25 value to come back to this wash. And obviously to the customer, you've just given them something free, and they need to obviously go into your drip campaign. Now, if you're measuring that campaign and how many people are going into it for the day, that's another lead measure. It's, hey, we have conversions and washes, and how many people are we opting in to our text club by having them, obviously scan or text into that free wash. So if you're not doing that, I would highly recommend that. And Josh, have you heard of Dutch Brothers Coffee?
Yeah.
Have you heard of them? So they're pretty popular, kind of a just completely opposite of Starbucks. Kind of their methodology and kind of what they do as far as serving coffee, and they're really fun and stuff. Anyway, in Arizona, the lines would be out the door, right? Kind of similar to a Chick-fil-A, where it's just the lines are crazy. And the experience you have when you go there, the one thing they do now, they give it to you free. But if it's the first time there, they ask everybody coming through. It's like, hey, have you been with us before? And if they're like, no, like, oh, anything you want is on us, and they don't even ask to, how do they know if you've been there, first timers or not?
The honor system.
The honor system. But I'll tell you, that experience right there, I think is what, and they have their punch card system and their loyalty and all that. But man, they really do a good job. And it makes me think about that with the car wash here. I wouldn't give them a free wash that day. They're already there to pay. That's just me. I would just say, hey, you're already there to pay. But dang it, here's $25. Come back and see us, or give it to a friend. So anyway, my little recommendation tidbit there.
Well, it's how we run our business, and it's our philosophy that we, talk with our customers about. If you're generous, you're not going to be penalized for being generous.
Absolutely.
Your customers are going to notice that for the most part. There's always people that will take advantage of the system, and it is what it is. The Lord will judge them. But at the end of the day, if you're a generous business, I mean, look at Chick-fil-A and how generous they are, and it's one of the most profitable fast food companies in the world. And so, be generous, but this is super important. And if you're listening to this, whether you're DRB or Sonny's or ICS or any of these other companies, find a way to get these lead measures every single day and stay on top of them, because these are the numbers that you can change. Lag measures you can't change. It is what it is. You have another chance tomorrow. But lead measures are what you can affect all day long. And these KPI stat reports are going to be game changers for you. It's going to be game changers for your site managers. And I think they appreciate it, especially if they work off a commission. You're going to be helping them reach their numbers. The better their numbers are, the more money they get to make.
Yeah, absolutely. And Josh, I want to touch on pricing real quick, since this is a product feature add-on that we're offering. It is $99 a month. And that gives you 3 sites. Okay, so it's a $99 minimum. If you have one site, it's $99. Up to 3 sites, it's still $99, and then it's basically $33. It's just about $1 a day for you to send per location, for you to send these reports, these text messages to your customers. And this is something, Josh, this wasn't even baked into our original platform. Like, to us, this isn't even a part of the text message marketing that we do, right? This is part of our mission at OpSpot, is to make the lives of car wash operators easier. And we had some customers come to us, a little over a year ago or so, and say, hey, could we build something like this? And so if this is within our scope and within our wheelhouse, if we can do it and pull these numbers, as you guys know, sometimes to a fault, we try to build some things out and help you out. So I'm hoping that this really has helped several customers that are on it. Lots of customers are on it now. And if you are DRB and you want to sign up, reach out to your rep and just say, hey, I'm really interested in signing up for the KPI stats, and we'll get you rocking and rolling. And the other thing is, you do not need your API dialed in yet. You don't have to pay for that yet. If you have it, awesome, makes it easier. If you don't, though, don't shy away. Let us know, and we'll see what we can do to work with you on that. Okay?
Awesome. Well, thanks for showing us that, Levi. I think this is a great tool that customers need to utilize. I can't imagine how quickly it pays for itself. So definitely check that out. Hey, if you're listening, so I don't forget to do that. Text cheers to 411-365. That's cheers to 411-365. We'll make sure that we keep you updated with when new episodes come out, new products, new features, updates, all these different things. We want to make sure we don't abuse it. We don't over text you, but we do want to make sure that you're getting updated, and we eat our own dog food here. So do that. Subscribe if you're listening, watching on YouTube, listening on whatever podcast channel you like. Make sure you subscribe so that you can stay on top of new episodes as well.
Absolutely. Hey, thanks, Josh. Thanks for this episode. I think it was, hopefully it's going to help some car wash operators. Until next time,
Cheers.
Cheers, man.